what's happening all over the world is enough months have passed now. Early on, lots of people were persuaded there was a deadly virus, so they accepted lockdown. But as the months have passed and their personal experience and the government's narrative bear no resemblance to each other, more and more people all over the world, it's increasing all the time, in country after country after country, are realizing that they are part of a scam they've been had. And the scam is to transform human society using the excuse of this fake virus. So what they're doing is, in the name of health, they are destroying the world economy, they are destroying people's businesses, and they're destroying people's livelihoods. And this next series of lockdowns that apparently are now planned are designed to finish off so many of the businesses that have hung on for dear life this far. Why? Because when the population has no access to independent employment, they become dependent upon the state. And what they're now starting to suggest more and more loudly and more frequently is something that's been in my books for literally decades. And that's the plan to introduce what they call a guaranteed income. And the guaranteed income will be presented as a way of giving people a survival income, if that, because all the jobs have gone, with AI taking more and more jobs as well. But the idea is that this will not be a benevolent government. Benevolent governments is meant to be worldwide, saying here's some money because we care. It's here's some survival, just if survival income. And there comes with that a few consequences, a few riders. First of all, you have to have the Gates vaccine, which has an horrific and sinister agenda for humanity. And it won't be one either, it'll be one after the other. You will have to do what the government says. If you don't do what the government says, you don't get it. And we have a precursor to that in Australia, where the government's introduced legislation that says that if you're on state benefits, see guaranteed income that's coming, and you don't have your child vaccinated according to a whole list of government recommended vaccinations, then you lose benefits. And this is a precursor of the guaranteed income, total control. But to bring that about, you have to destroy people's independent access to income and to employment. And that's what the lockdowns are all about. That's why Professor Neil Ferguson, owned by Gates, funded by Gates, and Imperial College in London, funded by Gates, owned by Gates, came up with the computer models with the ludicrous projections of deaths, 2.2 million in America and 500,000 in Britain, to justify the lockdown, because the lockdown was essential to this plan to destroy the global economy. And people are starting to get it now. They're starting to realize that they've been lassoed, and we're starting now to gather together and push back against it. And with 7-odd billion people in the world, and at the core of this cult, you could get them in one room. If we don't acquiesce with our own enslavement, we cannot be enslaved. And that is where that we are now going towards this realization that we have to stop acquiescing with our own enslavement. And for me, what businesses should be doing, and people employed by those businesses should be doing with these coming lockdowns, is simply refuse to lock down. I haven't worn a mask. I haven't put any of this toxic shite on my hands. No sanitizer, none of it. And you know, I've spoken in Trafalgar Square twice to 45,000 people, all the people here today. I basically hugged hundreds and hundreds of people, and I somehow have survived the frickin' virus. Because It's a scam, and the world is waking up to it, and we have only just begun.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Cheers, mate.